Hi again, Gregg, the News Tribune here in Glendale, Arizona. Well, we saw something different today. We saw for the first time Geno Smith really face some in-game adversity, something just go completely wrong against him. Threw an interception on a screen pass, an easy toss out to the side, outside right. Zaven Collins, the linebacker for the Cardinals, disengaged from his block with Abe Lucas and walked right into the throw. Reached up, wasn't a real hard interception, walked into the end zone, a pick six, and suddenly a game the Seahawks had been controlling, they trailed 14-10 in the third quarter. I kept my eyes on binoculars on Geno Smith as he walked to the sidelines. He kept his helmet on, he had his hands on his hips for most of the time, and then at the edge of the sideline, he turned to his offensive teammates before they were about to receive the kickoff, and he tapped his chest. And he said, "It's on me." I asked him after the game what he told him. He said, "That's exactly what he told him. That's on me. It's on me." It's really interesting to see how he was going to respond at that point. A 7-year NFL backup, first time full-time starter since 2014, on the road, down 14-10 in the second half. Well, how did he respond? He completed 9 of his next 11 passes, completed all 7 of his next third downs, 3 straight touchdown drives he led the Seahawks onto. He ran for 30 yards on back-to-back plays. Once a scramble when Abe Lucas, the right tackle, played another brilliant game. The rookie pushed Marcus Golden way up the field, creating a huge lane that Smith saw and took off on 3rd and 12 and gained 18 yards. He gained 11 yards on a read option keeper that he read on the very next play. Ken Walker scores 2 touchdowns and 2 drives, and the game's over. After the game, it was all hail Geno Smith for how he responded. Ryan Neal said, "That's the heartbeat of our team," showing the adversity, and everyone's doubting him. It's us against the world, Neal said, and that's kind of been the Seahawks season, right? First place, 6-3, going to Germany to face the Tom Brady's, who are also in first place in the NFC South at 4-5. It has been a remarkable ride for the Seahawks that Geno Smith is absolutely behind them. He won the game today. Yes, Kenneth Walker ended up with 109 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns late, but Geno Smith's response is how they won the game. Smith afterwards said his thinking after the interception was next play. And that's the mentality that he had the entire offense believing in. It is going to go a long way in this season what Geno Smith did today. The offense will remember that. The whole team will remember that. Defensively, you saw in the very first drive, Arizona went right down the field, 83 yards in 9 plays. It didn't look hard at all. Scored a touchdown, went up to a 7-3 lead. On that first drive, rookie Kobe Bryant was playing nickel almost every play of that 9 play. I think he was on the field for all 9 of those plays. Not unlike he's been for the last month. The first time these two teams played, Bryant was on the field 75% of the time. The Seahawks were in nickel 75% of the time. So that's what Cliff Kingsbury, the Arizona coach, game plan for. It's what he saw in film. It's what he saw in Seattle last week. It's what he saw in the first drive today. After that first drive, Pete Carroll and his defensive coordinator, Clint Hurt, changed. They went to a base 3-4, which they haven't used much of this year. We've talked all about Seahawks changing to a 3-4, but they have rarely really played 3-down, true down defensive linemen. There have been games where it's been 25-30% of the snaps that they've used 2 or 3 true defensive linemen, 2 ends and a tackle. Well, today, after that initial touchdown drive, they went to base 3-4. They went to 3 down linemen, 5 consecutive plays after that. It was a 3-and-out drive. The first 2 of the next drive for Arizona into a 3rd and long, and then Kobe Bryant came back into nickel, and they stayed in base 3-4 for most of the rest of the first half into the third quarter. The result, Arizona went 7 drives without scoring into the fourth, an offensive touchdown. They didn't score from that point of the change until 4 minutes left in the game, and by then the Seahawks had a 10-point lead. Carroll, after the game, of course, didn't want to give away secrets when I tried to pin him down on the change. He just said it forced the Cardinals to have to face something they didn't prepare for. They weren't able to then carry out their game plan and what they'd seen on film, and that's exactly right. The team had not run much base 3-4. They change up and go base 3-4. They sacked Kyler Murray 5 times. It ended up being they took away the Cardinals' running game. The running backs just had 52 yards rushing. Seahawks won their 4th straight. All my coverage is at thenewstribune.com. On Twitter at GBellSeattle. I leave Wednesday morning for Munich, and what should be a raucous another Seahawks game but this time over in Europe. Thanks for watching.